today's April 9th, and for some reason I was sitting here thinking, like, what is April 9th? And I realized that it's exactly 1 week before my birthday, and remembering when I was married to Jen, her sister, Jessica, today's her birthday. She's 1 week older than me. And something really funny about her is that, they just totally can't stand me, but they know nothing about me except for what they would have known of me years and years and years ago. And we always got along until I was divorced from Jen. And all of a sudden, because I was divorced from Jen, like, they hated me, And they're the kind of people that say bad things about somebody around their kids, which isn't great, isn't very good at all. And, she's not married. She has a, mixed child. It's just no big deal. I'm just, going along with statistic stuff, She has a mixed child. She got in trouble having sex with a minor and worked at OCY, occupational or the Office of Children and Youth, you know what I mean? And she had sex with an underage child, So I mean, she's no perfect angel, and whatever. I'm not even trying to blame anybody or say somebody's bad for anything, whatever. But the illusion is, okay, let's say if someone was to ask Jessica Clark what she thought of me, she would say that I'm an asshole and blah, 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 and she doesn't know anything about me. Maybe if she was honest, she would say, honestly, I don't know anything about him for years, so I really don't know anything about who he is now. But my opinion of him is low because I just don't like him because he got divorced from my sister. That would be like the thing. And it's funny because she would say that I was an asshole. So somebody who hadn't met me that asked someone like her about me, they would totally get the wrong idea. And, there's no such thing as wrong, but there is a such thing as incorrect. Because to say that I'm not a good person would be very incorrect. I mean, I'm not trying to boost my ego because I could care less about my ego. But when it comes down to it, I know that I'm a damn good person, and I have nothing that I can say bad about myself anymore. The past is the past, and that's whatever. I can't do anything about it. And I'm not just saying that to be cliche and to say I accept no fault. In fact, it's the opposite. I take complete responsibility for the stuff that I've done wrong, and I'm doing nothing but making efforts to make everything right and better even. So, I mean, it's just that whole misunderstanding of judgment. It's like people judge people for nothing, for no reason. Sometimes off of someone else's opinion, sometimes off of the way they look, sometimes off of, how clumsy they were, or just the first impression or stuff like that. Like, you make a first impression every time you make an impression, over and over to the same person. Like, it's a first impression for that day, first impression for that occasion, but maybe not the first time you meet them ever. I mean, you always make a first impression every time. Everything is a first impression, if that makes any sense. But I just wanted to say that because I was thinking about the date, and I wanted to make a point that people misjudge other people just because of, if you think somebody's an asshole in your head, then in your head you made them an asshole. To you, in your reality, they're an asshole, whether they're the greatest person in the world or not. In fact, I look around me and I see most of the time that people are just horrible judges of character. Just horrible. But I mean, it's not because I'm saying like, hey, everyone should like me. At the same time, they should, and I love them. So, I mean, I don't know. I can't really say that I'm wrong in saying that they should love me, and I shouldn't because I love them. It's not that I should. I just do because I understand. Like, I understand people better than they understand themselves. Like, I understand why Jessica Clark, my kid's aunt, Jen's sister, thinks that way about me. She's incorrect about me, but I understand, and I don't hold anything against her for it. I just wouldn't play along and say, yeah, I'm a jerk, and then I'd have to disagree, so we would clash. You know what I'm saying? That's just sort of how that whole thing would work. and I don't really feel I have to prove myself or justify myself to anybody. So, I mean, really, the only thing they have against me is one time when we were out eating at a Chinese restaurant, I licked chocolate pudding off the plate to be funny with the kids. It was just something I was doing to be silly. But anyway, I just thought I'd say that because it was a good example of how people just totally misjudge other people and hold on to it forever. It's been 10 years. It hates me. But I don't care. I just think it's a good example. So, later.